Welcome back to Oscar's Bonsai Farm. Today we've got a Juniper. We got it from a garden centre. Have no idea what it is. It was out the back of an old nursery and it had a lot of immature foliage on it. It had been cut back hard. So we got it about 6 months ago. It's got its quirks. It's these two foliage pads. You probably can't see from the front of the tree. But there's a second branch that comes up in front of the trunk and goes out to here. Up the top, the actual apex isn't the highest branch. I was just working with what we had to try and get a nice looking tree. So over time it could be corrected, I guess, but we're really trying to aim for a nice looking tree, and then we'll sort it out as it gets older. So all I'm going to do today is cut the wire off. It actually has pressed in a little bit up in the top here, so not sure what we'll do today, but we'll at least trim off everything on the bottom of the foliage pad, take off all the wire and maybe thin it out a little bit. But it's autumn now, so but these things are still growing well, so I don't mind giving it just a light trim. I'll just take off these. You can see how it's kind of like that, so I'll just take off that, just take them back. Just like a light prune and de-wire. I really won't wire up anything because I'll just give it a rest, so to speak. And so it's 10 times better than what it was before. You just use the normal wire cutters. You can unwire it, sometimes I do, but on an old Juniper like this, I'm just going to cut it off. Press a bit. It's really pressed in there, so it's going to be a bit hard. This was kind of at the back of the bonsai yard, hard to get to because I've got a lot squeezed in, which isn't really ideal, but got a few trees now. So I'm not really sure what sort of Juniper this is. one branch done. One meter wires make it sometimes easier to unwind. Some people don't like wiring trees because they say it gets wire marks, not natural. But if you watch it, a lot of I go my trees daily, sometimes I miss one or two. We don't get really a lot of wire marks. I guess we will as time goes on. We've got more trees to manage, and we're probably about a third of the way to where we need to be. Just bit in a bit there as well. It's a little bit hard getting the wire when it's cut in. But you just take your time, no rush. This is going to a bonsai pot this year. Late winter, early spring. The out area is fine. Got a greenhouse that we can use as well. Makes it easier for us. Get in there. So I'll come back when I've cut all the wire off. So it takes a while. And then I'll show you how I'm going to trim up. Right, that's all the wire off the tree. So I'll take you in a closer view and I'll show you the front branch that I'm talking about. You can't see it from here as it blends into the trunk quite well. Up the top you can't see the bit where the actual branch, the apex, is the second one down, it's not the top branch. So the way we look at things is if it's gonna be a worse tree, if we remove a quirky bit, we leave the quirky bit and we work with it. So straight in front where these two pads are is what's this bit right here. You can see that's the branch in front, this is the trunk behind. So we go on the side. You can actually see it there. That's the branch there. And then up the top, you can see that branch which comes below the top one. So, but from this angle, it looks quite fine. So we'll just keep developing the tree as is. So all I'm going to do today lower stuff underneath the pads. I don't want to take too much because when I got this, it had a lot of immature foliage. So if you take too much, you'll get a burst of immature foliage again. So all we're going to do is just come up to the tips here and then come back, take that tip out, take the strong one. Especially this one here. Some people pinch them off, I prefer just to cut them. And the immature foliage is like spiky. So we'll just keep working around. Anytime I see a strong sheet, like this one here, we'll come back in. So we're just giving it a light prune. It took 6 months to get that immature foliage out. And this whole pad was pretty much, you can see a little bit of it left here. So you've got this stuff back here which is mature foliage, so what we'll do, we'll just take that out and leave the mature stuff, and just it slowly changes. We'll get rid of some of this immature foliage if we've got stuff below it. We don't really have much mature foliage, so we'll just take it back a little bit. It's got a bit on the end, but it's no good there. A little bit coming out here. So hopefully, and here. So we can just slowly reduce this area. That's all we'll do. So we use all methods at Oscar's Bonsai Farm. We'll wire the primary branches, or structural branches, secondary branching, and then once we get to the secondary, we do clip and grow, especially on the deciduous. Just allows us to develop the trees a little bit faster. We have a good climate where we are, so it's March, first month of autumn, but this thing will regrow, no problems. They barely, well, they slow, they don't stop, right? Especially in the yard when it's a little bit warmer because of the high fence. We just keep going around. Taking out these strong bits. So if any of you guys know what this juniper is, you can let us know in the comments below. That'd be really helpful, because we actually have no idea what this is. I think we do have another smaller one that I got from the bonsai show. Bought it for $20. And that also had a lot of immature foliage as well. And that's taken a little bit longer to convert across for some reason. So, takes a little bit of time. Yeah, I'm just reluctant to give it a too heavy a frame. I think that'd be almost it. Have a look, see what that looks like. Yeah, the only thing I'd say about this tree is the bottom branch on the left hand side is a fraction long. But if we grow the other branch out just a little bit, like an inch, it actually all fits in. So, thanks for watching, and we'll do a follow-up on this tree when we repot it in late winter, early spring. So I think it's come up a lot from when we first got it. Alright, see ya.